Hello, doctors. Bill here, and welcome to the channel once again. Today, I'd like to address a question that was asked by one of the subscribers to my channel. The question goes like, what exam do I take first? Do I take the Nostrification exam first, or do I take the NIL exam, which is the Polish language exam for doctors? Now, there are two things you need to bear in mind. There are two types of language exams in Poland. There is the państwowe egzaminy języka polskiego, and there is the Naczelna Izba Lekarskie, right? So the first one is basically general Polish. As a doctor, you don't really need this Polish language certificate. You need the NIL, which is the Naczelna Izba Lekarskie, which translates as the Chamber of Doctors. So this is the Polish language that you need. Could you take the general Polish language instead of the NIL? No, you can only take the NIL exam for the time being in order to get your license to practice medicine in Poland. That's one thing you really need to bear in mind. Unlike the UK, where you have the option between OET exam and out, in Poland, in order to get your medical license, you specifically need the NIL exam, which is the Polish version of OET exam. Now, let's jump to the question, what exam should I take first? Do I take the nostrification exam first, or do I take the NIL exam? There is no strict order as to what exam you can take first. For example, in the UK, you need to take the OET or out before you can apply for the UK MLE exam, formerly known as PLAB. But in Poland, there is no strict order, so it all boils down to you. If you want to go for the NIL exam first, that is absolutely fine. If you want to go for the nostrification exam first, that's okay. But in my opinion, it's better to go for the nostrification exam first, because in preparation for your nostrification exam, you will definitely be improving your Polish language. You are going to familiarize yourself with all the Polish medical terminology, how the diseases are called in Polish, the diagnostic test you have to order, and stuff like that. So, in my opinion, taking the nostrification exam is going to make the nail exam in the future very easy for you, right? Now, lately, the nail exam has become very difficult. Unfortunately, not a lot of doctors are passing on the first attempt. I really don't know what happened, probably because there are lots of doctors now looking to practice medicine in Poland, so probably the criteria became stricter, but it's still doable, right? So the NIL exam, just like any other language test, is divided into four subsets. So there's the listening, reading, writing, and the speaking part. In my opinion, I would say the trickiest part is going to be the writing part. Now, the writing part in the Polish language exam for doctors is not like the writing part in the OET exam where you have to write a referral letter or a discharge letter. Here is literally a dictation. Yes, a dictation. So what is going to happen is that you're going to listen to an audio on a medical lecture. It could be any topic ranging from medical ethics to diseases, public health. It could be anything. And what happens is that you have to listen to the audio and then write as fast as you can. And the most important thing is to spell the words correctly. So the audio is going to be played three times. So the first time is going to be played at a normal speed. And then the second part is going to be played at a slower speed. That is where you're going to have the chance to write and spell the words. And the third time is also going to play at a normal speed. So this is the trickiest part of the exam. And this is the most difficult part of the exam for doctors. The reading part is also a little unconventional, as in, the OET exam, you read the text and then you have multiple choice to choose the correct answer. In Poland, it is not like that. You are going to read loudly to a commission. And so usually the commission contains two doctors who are going to be listening to you. So you have to read to them loudly, orally, and then after they're going to ask you questions based on the text. But it's very tricky in that when you are reading, you are focused on reading the text correctly. So you might miss some very important details in the text. And when it comes to comprehension, they asking questions, things get trickier. So the reading part is also not as easy as many people think it is. And then the speaking part, I would say it depends on two factors. Obviously, your knowledge of Polish language and also the commission that you meet. Some of the commission could be very lovely, very friendly, and they wouldn't push you that hard. But unfortunately, some of the commission could be very, very strict. During my exam, I happened to interact with some of the candidates. Some spoke very good Polish, but unfortunately, they had very strict commission, and that actually affected their score, so they had to retake the exam. And on the contrary, also, I spoke to some doctors with more or less like weak level of polish, but passed. So quite a lot depends on the commission you meet. So I always say this in Poland when it comes to oral exam, there are two factors. The main factor is your knowledge, and secondly, divine intervention, right? You pray and you hope that you have a good commission. Now, one good thing about the nail exam is that you're allowed to repeat only the part that you failed. So, like I said, you have four subsets. Let's say you fail the speaking part. The next visit, you are just going to take the speaking part. You don't have to take the whole exam unlike the OET. And another tricky part is that if you fail any subset, you have 6 months wait period in order to reapply. But nevertheless, you can always write an appeal to the commission explaining why you would want to get an invitation to the exam quickly. So that's all there is to it. If you have any questions regarding how to practice medicine in Poland, do not hesitate to leave a comment and also follow my Instagram. I do post a lot of stories and share my experience there quite a lot.